These games are ranked by play score, a standard rating that averages gamer and critic reviews. Opening our list of the top 15 Android strategy games is Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links. This is the digital version of the famous card game from the hit TV show and popular manga of our childhood days, featuring the original characters Yugi, Kaiba, Joey, and more, all voiced by their original voice actors. Don't be intimidated of this game if you've never played the physical version before. It has an in-game tutorial. Soon, you'll be able to collect awesome cards like Dark Magician and Blue Eyes White Dragon. Strategize your play targeting your opponent's weaknesses and become the ultimate dueling master. This nostalgic game has a play score of 8.59. Number 14 is Lifeline. This adventure game from 3 Minute Games is a playable text-based story. In it, you're trying to help Taylor, the sole survivor of a spaceship crash on a distant moon, make life or death decisions and deal with the consequences that come with these decisions. The story, which is written by acclaimed writer Dave Justice, writer of Fables, The Wolf Among Us, plays out in real time or when you're free. The rest of the crew are either missing or dead. You must keep Taylor alive. This gripping game has a play score of 8.59. Number 13 is Rebuild 3, Gangs of Deadsville. Northway Games' strategy sim game is set a few years after the zombie apocalypse. The world's cities have been turned into graveyards and the few survivors are in hiding. Your task is to gather them and restore civilization one building at a time. You'll find yourself growing fond of the survivors you rescue before you inventively send them to their death as zombie bait. All for the greater good, of course. As you expand to new buildings, you'll have to make tough decisions to keep your people from harm. This game has a play score of 8.6. Number 12 is Rymdkapsel. This puzzle game from Grapefruit Game is all about building the best base in space. It's not about defeating your enemies by attacking them, but about building a base that can withstand attacks. You can try and build the best possible station by commanding missions to explore the galaxy around you. Be careful though. This game punishes the greedy and rewards the prudent. It's a real-time strategy game, and if all your crew dies, you lose it. It has a play score of 8.62. Number 11 is Hearthstone. In this game by Blizzard Entertainment, you play as a hero in an exciting card game. Collect and unleash powerful cards to bring all your rivals down. These cards can sling spells, summon missions, and seize control of an ever-shifting battlefield. You can play with other players, but you can also play against computer-controlled heroes from the Warcraft universe like Thrall, Uther, and Gul'dan. As long as you have an internet connection, you can play any of your devices because your card collection is linked to your Battle.net account. This game has a play score of 8.64. Number 10 is Clash Royale. This is a freemium game from Supercell, aka the creators behind Clash of Clans. Collect and upgrade dozens of cards featuring the troops, spells, and defenses from the game, as well as royales, princes, knights, baby dragons, and more. Construct your ultimate battle deck and duel against players from around the world. The first one to knock the enemy king and princess off their towers win the game. Trophies, crowns, glory, and all. This awesome game has a play score of 8.67. Number 9 is Plants vs. Zombies 2, It's About Time. Protect your precious brains from the zombie hordes in the best way possible, planting plants. This award-winning sequel to the modern classic Plants vs. Zombies by Electronic Arts takes you on a space and time adventure packed with hilarious zombies and amazing plants that can be supercharged with plant food. There are 11 crazy worlds featured in this game, from ancient Egypt to the far future and beyond. What are you waiting for? Plant your pea shooters and sunflowers and prepare yourself for the zombie apocalypse. This plantastic game has a play score of 8.7. Number 8 is Door Kickers. Just like the PC version, this game from Killhouse Games is unforgiving, in the best way. In this game, you are the commander of a SWAT team during a tactical intervention. It's your job to analyze the situation, plan your team's routes, choose the equipment and breach points, and coordinate with the multiple troopers, also in the hopes to rescue the hostage before the bad guys get the chance to pull the trigger. There are 80 single missions, 6 campaigns, and unlimited gameplay through the mission generator. This, combined with the non-linear levels with freeform gameplay, makes sure you'll never get bored. This game has a play score of 8.75. Number 7 is Bridge Constructor Portal. As the name suggests, this puzzle game from Head Up Games is the love child between Bridge Constructor and Portal. In this game, you are a new employee in the Aperture Science Test Lab tasked to build bridges, ramps, slides, and other constructions. The goal is to get the bendies safely to the finish line in each of the 60 test chambers. To do this, you use portal gadgets like portals, repulsion gel, aerial faith plates, cubes, and laser barriers. We know you're new here, so don't worry. GLaDOS herself will guide you through the tutorial. This game receives a play score of 8.83. Number 6 is Reigns, Her Majesty. This card game from Devolver Digital is the revolutionary follow-up to the smash swipe-em-up hit Reigns. It's set during a cultural renaissance. The world is a new era of knowledge and enlightenment. However, greed and jealousy hide in the shadows of the Great Kingdom, and there are a few who conspire against the benevolent queen. This game will have you make just or unjust royal decisions. You have to maintain balance between the kingdoms. Your royal decrees and the people's unpredictable requests will shape your time on the throne and the future of your dynasty. This royal game has a play score of 8.83. Number 5 is Iron Marines. From the creators behind the Kingdom Rush trilogy, Ironhide's game is an extraordinary space odyssey set in amazing and unknown planets. Recruit, train, and lead your heroes through dangerous missions against what seems like impossible odds. With your guidance, they may unleash their mighty powers and abilities. This game has both appealing art and a silly bit of humor. There are also a bunch of Easter eggs hidden in the game for those with keen eyes. This immersive and engaging game has a play score of 8.85. Number 4 is Clash of Clans. This Supercell freemium game is all about building your village, raising your clan, and competing in epic clan wars. It's 4 years old, but it's still given fresh updates like new buildings, new characters, and even a whole new world. If you've never played it, this is a game where you defend your village with multiple threats against the Goblin King. This is also a game where you can fight in clan wars with your friends and against other groups of players around the world. It has a play score of 8.85. Number 3 is Kingdom Rush Origins. This game is the third installment of the Kingdom Rush saga by Ironhide Game Studios. This iteration takes you on a trip to the beginning, before Veznon ever thought of threatening the kingdom. Command your army of elves to defend the mystical lands from sea serpents, evil sorcerers, and waves of gnoll tribesmen. There are a bunch of new towers, heroes, and spells to help you keep these villains away. This exciting prequel has a play score of 8.92. Number 2 is Mini Metro. As the name might suggest, this next game on our list is a subway simulator where you design a subway map for your city by drawing lines between stations and running your trains. Sometimes you have to redraw your routes to keep them at their top efficiency level. Your resources are limited, so be careful not to overcrowd your stations because that could be the reason why you'll go bankrupt. Last as long as you can so you can earn more. This simple yet challenging game has a play score of 9.01. And here are the runners-up before we reveal the number 1. BardBarian. This is a game by Tree Fortress Games where you play as Brad the Barbarian. Summon followers and survive through waves of enemies set to destroy your town's prized decorative crystal. It has a play score of 8.59. Tiny Guardians. This game from Korechi will take you on an epic adventure with tiny heroes. Take heed of the wild beasts, weird creatures, molten enemies, and suspicious circus folks. This game has a play score of 8.58. King's League Odyssey. This is yet another game from Korechi where by the orders of the king, you go on an odyssey and recruit and manage an army. This game receives a play score of 8.57. Motorsport Manager. You take on the role of a manager of a motorsport racing team. Manage them and your vehicles while also investing in technology so your team can become the best. This game has a play score of 8.56. Anomaly 2. A sequel to the critically acclaimed Anomaly Warzone Earth, this game is set in an Earth overrun by aliens. Survive under the orders of Commander Yukon. It has a play score of 8.56. You may get these games right now by clicking the links below. And the best strategy game on the Android is Through the Ages. This game from CGE Digital is the official adaptation of Vlaada Chvátil's strategy board game classic. It's essentially a card game where you explore the many paths of building a mighty civilization. If that sounds daunting to you because you've never played the board game before, it has a funny and engaging tutorial to make learning of the rules as painless as possible. There are 2 ways to play: the classic board game rules or the streamlined version of the game made just for the digital version. This phenomenal card strategy has a play score of 9.01.